So your thoughts, obviously not a great first quarter, but seeing the girls bounce back the way they did through the rest of the games, talk about kind of using that for the win.
We definitely had to fight through some adversity right there in the first quarter. They were hitting a lot of shots, and we had a tough time scoring at first, but our girls grinded that one out.
That last quarter especially, I mean, it really could have went anyone's way. The way that they grinded out, I mean, just talk about just seeing them kind of finish that game.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was telling my coaches on the bench, I'm like, let's just see how this goes. I didn't want to overcoach them. I was like, they just got to play basketball like we taught them. We put in a couple things we had to switch, but overall it was just making shots and stopping them, getting stops.
Did Liberty surprise y'all a little bit at all? Because I know it's a very different team from last year, but they really it almost felt from a competitive standpoint, it felt like very much like last year.
When you're playing teams like that you're supposedly supposed to win, you got to put them away, or else, you leave them in the game and they hit some shots and it makes it tough, puts stress on us, and we had to really fight for this one, which is fine. It makes us better.
Right. So. Is that the big takeaway from tonight? The way that, yeah, you guys finished with the win, you guys pulled it off, but not being able to really close it out the way maybe y'all should have?
Yeah, and I was just told him again, I was like, one of these games, if we don't show up or we're not hitting on all cylinders, it could end our season, so we don't want that to happen. So we got to, have a foundation that we could go off of, which is usually our defense, but tonight we just had a tough time staying in front of them.
I know we talked a little bit about them yesterday, but Gabby and Lily really, especially in the fourth quarter, really coming through some big shots, some big rebounds. To talk about their growth again, how big they've been, and Kinsey at that. Kinsey helped you all.
Yeah, Kinsey get some boards and some big plays. I'm just really proud of the girls. We're super young, but they're playing big, important minutes. So that's just going to make them that much better for the future.
I think we've all watched a little film and kind of watched them play yesterday, and I think we maybe underestimated them a little, but coming out tonight, we should have known that it was going to be more complicated. Obviously, it's a rival game, and it's obviously going to be worth a lot more to them, and I think they just came out and played their best.
You've been making some big plays lately. I mean, your growth as the season's gone on is definitely, you kind of shown what you can do. What has changed for you throughout the season? I mean, I think tonight, fourth straight game with double-digit rebounds. You had 17 last night. I mean, the scoring's definitely getting there, getting tough layups. What has been different with your game as the season's gone on?
I think I just overall have been getting much better on my defense. I think overall I'm a much stronger defensive player. I just try my best to help my team out in the ways that I can. And I think if I can bring the energy on defense, I might as well just bring it. And I think rebounds are definitely some of my strong suits, and I just try to emphasize on those and focus more on those. And I also try to focus on my weaknesses as well. I think offense, sometimes I can hit and sometimes I can miss. But overall, when it comes to practices and my team, I just try my best to do what I can for our victories and our losses.
How big has this back-to-back been for you? If you think about the game winner last night, and then this one was really kind of tight throughout. Y'all came back down, I think, 9 after the first quarter. Mm-hmm. How big has this stretch been for you, especially with the going to the home stretch of the season, the playoffs coming up? How big has this one going to Friday night?
Oh, so huge. It's been so, just last night felt so unreal, and today, we really worked for our victory today, and I think it just feels so nice to win any game, really. It's just such a big, surreal feeling.
I want to ask, from your point of view, because along with you kind of showing what you can do, Gabby's really come up for just a freshman. Just talk about what's like watching her kind of really grow and kind of seeing her game kind of come up.
Just seeing, overall, any of our freshmen, but especially Gabby, she's a very strong player. She's very well offensively. She's like my child. I love her so much. She does so well, and I just think this season has really grown for her. And from where she started to where she is now, she's such a good player, and I think she really brings a lot to our team.